Hello and welcome back to my channel Computer Classes by Rachna. If you have not checked out my previous video, please do so because in that we have discussed what is a worksheet and what is a workbook in Excel, and we have done the difference between the Excel formula and function, and we have also seen how to apply this total through a formula for adding the marks of these 5 subjects. I was also interested in telling you that how many maximum rows and columns can we have. So the total number of rows, these are the numbered rows. So the total number of rows that we can have in Excel maximum is 1,48,576. And the total number of columns, these A, B, C, D columns that we can have is 16,384 columns. And the column width for each column could be a maximum of 255 characters. So the total number of rows is 1,048,576. Total number of columns is 16,384, and the maximum width of a column could be 255 characters long. So what we did in the previous video is we calculated the sum of these 5 subjects: Hindi, English, Maths, SST and General Science. And for that we used a formula. And how we used it? We pressed equal to and then we selected these values. So D2 plus E2 plus F2 plus G2 plus H2. And then we dragged it down and we got the entire formula for all the rows. And the same formula is available and you can see that in the formula bar above. So now I will be doing the average of these marks again through a formula first. So I'm writing the name of the column as AVG underscore formula. So what we are doing, we are calculating the average through the formula. And since we are using the formula, a formula will always start with an equal to symbol, and the formula will always have the mathematical operations in between. So how do we find the average? We need to do the total of subjects divided by the total number of subjects. So we add these subject marks and we divide how many subjects we have. We have 5 subjects: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So one way to apply the formula is we already have the total. So we select equal to these total marks divided by the total number of subjects, which is 5. So how can we do that? We can say equal to, we select the total which we have already calculated in the previous column divided by 5, because 5 is the total number of subjects. All right, so it is I2 divided by 5. Now what is the second way? The second way of division is that we select these values one by one and then we make their sum and then we divide. So for example, equal to, and then we select the marks in Hindi, plus we select the marks in English, plus we select the marks in Maths, plus we select the marks in SST, plus we select the marks in GSC. Now if I do divide by 5, what will happen? I will not get the correct answer. Why? Because according to BODMAS, what it has done, it has just divided H3 by 5. It has not divided the sum by 5. So to make this sum separate, I need to apply the brackets. So the total should be calculated first in these brackets, and after that it should be divided by 5. I hope I'm clear with this. And now when I do enter, it will give me the exact percentage. So I can either do the total by doing equal to and then the total divided by 5, or I can calculate the percentage by taking the total in bracket for all the subjects and then division by 5. And now when I want the percentage to be calculated for all the rows, I have to drag it down and you can see the average through the formula. Now the same average can be calculated through a function. So I'm giving the another name for the next column. So we are making two columns. One is total through function and another is total through average through function. So I'm writing total, I'm typing total underscore function, because this will calculate the total through a function. And then we are writing average avg underscore function. So this will calculate the average using a function. So these are the two new columns that I have created, and now we will use the functions to do the same total which is shown here, and function to do the same average which is shown here for these rows. All right, so how to do that? First thing is that whether it is a formula or a function, we should apply equal to. So I will apply equal to, and then I need to do the sum of these values. So what is the difference between a function and a formula? A function will always have a name. We just have to call the name of the functions and we can see the options. So if I write equal to sum, the moment I type su, we will start seeing the options, and I have to select this sum. I will double click on sum. So when you double click, you can see it is indicating the format in which you have to take the value. So sum, and then all the numbers which you want should be separated by comma, the first thing. So how can I do the sum? Sum, bracket open, I select the number. So it is 86. All right. Then I can write comma. Then it is the marks in English. Then again, I can type a comma. Then so we have marks in English, then again a comma, then marks in maths. So it is showing here marks in maths, F2, again a comma, then marks in SST, I select. All right, again a comma, then marks in SST, again a comma, and then marks in science, which is H2. Now after selecting this, I have to close the bracket. I close the bracket and I enter. So this is one way of using a function sum, where we give the value separated by comma. The easier way is I write equal to, I write sum, S-U-M, and now again I double click. I click here, again I get the option. So here what I will do, I will straight away select this entire range. So I will select 98, 78, 66, 97 and 90. I select this entire range with the mouse and I close the parenthesis, the bracket, and enter. So you can see these two values are same, 403, 403, 429, 429. So this we have calculated on our own by applying the mathematical operations plus minus, and this we have done addition and division through the formula, and here we have just applied the sum function. The name of the function is sum. So equal to sum, you can see the formula in the formula bar, equal to sum d2 comma e2 comma f2 comma g2 comma h2. The second way that we applied, now you see the difference. Now here it says equal to sum d3 colon h3. So this is the range that it is giving from d3 till h3. Do you understand? So now I drag it down, and what do I get? When I drag it down, I get the same values which are there on the left side of total, which we calculated through formula, and in the column K we have the same values. So values of common columns I and K will be same. The only difference is it is applied through a formula and it is calculated through a function. Now similarly, I can calculate the average of all these values. So equal to, and I'm using function now. So AVERA I did, and it shows me options. So I will select the option of average. I double click, it returns me the average, and here also I can give the value separated by comma, or I can straight away select the range. So let's select the range as it is easier. So I select this 86 and I drag this till the marks of science, and you can see the change in the function here. It says D2 to H2. I apply a bracket and enter. So it shows me 80.6. So it is same as the value which is there in column J. Now I drag it down and it shows me the entire row, entire set of column, which is same as column J. Now when I click on any of these columns, you can see it shows equal to average, D9 to H9. All right. So this is how you can see the difference between a formula and a function which is applied. I hope it is clear. Thank you so much.